Hello and welcome to this course. Today we learn how to create a really basic PHP app, very basic one, and we will from there we will make actually something really big. So let's just me check some stuff. Yeah. So that very basic PHP app will be maybe, I don't know, we'll see what we'll create, and from there so we'll publish it actually on packages as a composer package. So on packages it's repository where you have all the PHP packages you can use. It's very similar to npm.js. If you are from npm.js, it's really similar to npm.js. It's exactly the same actually, but here it's for the PHP packages. So we will start creating our app. So let's create a new project. PHP empty compose. Oh, we can actually on with PHP Storm we can directly. I never used that one. I will actually no. I think that's actually when you can filter some packages. Oh yes. In my case, I will create an empty project, and let's create a random something that give a random password or random keywords, random passcode, let's say. And let's create it. It will be really basic, so don't worry, it will be like simple. And from here, first of all, what I want to do, we need to instantiate composer. Oh, I already wait. I just need to make sure what version is it. The version of composer, because we want to now use composer version 2 for a new project. So self update. Let's see if this would work. Composer self update. But here yeah, I want to upgrade to the version 2. So how I do this, self one. Oh, I need this flag _2, and let's see how it goes. Oh yeah, we are getting the version 2. Woohoo, that's really exciting. We need PHP unit because we test our package as well. So if we type on packages, oh, that's a blog actually. So let's type it. The internet is a bit slow. Oh, that's I think I need packages.org. Because packages.com is like the premium hosting private packages hosting solution. So we just what version of PHP? Yes, 7.3. That's okay actually. Let's install that one. Normally that one has to be for dev only because we don't want to have it installed. Yeah, we need the flag. Because why we need to have it, I mean, we don't need that package on prod, but by default somehow they don't show this. Maybe here in the doc, the doc is not really not a lot of information, but we'll use dev flag. So I will show you after how it will go. And that's the only dependency we need, only for testing our, or we'll also initiate Git, and we will initiate actually composer. So now let's see the version first. Version 2, beautiful. and now I will initiate composer init random passcode. Wait, passcode. Always, it's a good idea to check if your package name is already taken or not on packagist. So which we'll do here. No one. So yes. Oh, the package is invalid. It should have lowercase and have a vendor name. So vendor first, ph7 and ph7, and then I will do passcode, because here with composer it's a bit different. With the package.json from npm, we need the vendor prefix as well. It can be anything actually, but in my case I keep the same username as GitHub, because that actually will be the vendor, how you will be displayed on packagist. A simple way to generate passcodes, and also, so you can write your name actually like this. Again, must be wow. Before they were not that strict. Now they try to validate everything, so it has to be in that format. So I think before it wasn't that way, but at least it's consistent, so I like it. Beautiful. And minimum stability. Minimum stability. I don't remember this. What is? Let's have a look. It didn't have that before with Composer v1, I believe. Let's see what it is. So minimum, if we type stability, that's a 1. I define the behavior of the filtering. Okay. By default. Oh yes. So stable. Package type for us is a library. Because it will be a library, it will be used in different projects. License, I will set MIT. We just different, not for now. Search for a package. Oh yeah, no, but we did. Oh, now we can search for a package. That's nice. We did to define it. So we say no. Adding passcode to enter. So yes, I want this. Beautiful. You see now automatically does this. Before it didn't. So yes, wow, beautiful. Oh, even gitignore, wow, now back, wow, composer v2, it's amazing. Beautiful, include, nice, I like it. So you have already the PHP default gitignore. So it's really nice to for starting a new project. It's beautiful. Sorry if I type very, I mean, I know I'm a bit violent with the keys of my keyboard, and a lot of people tell me that they just hear the keys of my laptop and not me speaking. So I'm really sorry about that. It's a bad habit and I have to stop it. I know. I will have a post-it actually just in front of my laptop, so I know that I have to be gentle with the keys of my keyboard. We'll add IDs as well in our gitignore, because we don't need that one. That's by default for the ID. Like ignore PHP storm config folder. Beautiful. Now, that's just, it's not the default, just vendor actually. It's related with composer vendor. I thought it had all the PHP log and stuff like that, but that's okay. Normally we won't have too many files. Let's see, I mean too many files we have to ignore. Composer.log, sometimes you can add it as well in your git ignore because you don't want to commit it. For me, maybe I will add it, but it's not always, you don't always need it. Like usually people prefer to commit composer.log, so especially when you work with a team, so that way you are sure that every dev has exactly the same version. Always, because when they clone your project, they will have exactly the same version as in the log one. But if you just use the JSON one, you don't know. But here in our case, we don't have any dependencies. We just have PHP unit, so that's really fine. So now let's start our project and let's create a new file. And the new file will be, or actually, I will create a PHP class, and the name will be Passcode. Wait. Maybe I will move it somewhere. Yes, I will create a new folder called generator, and here I will have my file. It really depends of how you want your the organization of your project. File name, passcode, yes. PHP extension, yes. You see, and beautiful. So we have it. That's already the beginning of your project. So well done. And I will have a root. I will probably have a root that will be my main. Basically this, I want this to be my main, or maybe not, my main namespace. src add here. Yes. That's the project foundation, which is run Passcode generator. I will do this. So here I will just remove this because it will be a little bit different, as you can see, for the namespace. So here it will be very simple. Actually, I will have a controller. I'm sorry, not a controller, constructor. Oh, it's funny. PHP Storm is not that smart, and normally, okay, I don't know, it's a new PHP Storm config, and I think I have to reset all my config. Oh, public. Obviously, if I forget function, that will be bad. Yes. So here, min. Yes, let's do min and max, and let's use integer here because we want to be integer. So we will create the min and the max because with the new version of PHP, you don't PHP 8 constructor. You don't have to assign the properties. Actually, it's much simpler. You don't need properties here. If I remember well. So here you see you have that constructor, and so instead of doing this, you just do basically that PHP string, and that's it actually. So that will be so for us it will be private, so we don't have to assign the properties anymore. So it's really good. Let's see how it works. I never used that PHP 8 feature actually, so I'm doing it with you. Do we still need strict? Normally, yes. Strict types. We have to declare as strict types. Let's look. Let's have a look. Strict. So yes. Normally, it doesn't matter if it's PHP. Because by default, yes, it won't give an error otherwise. So we want to have it strict, and yeah, that's it. So that will be our controller, and then we have a public as well, public function, and this one will be generate. Yes, and it will just generate the public function generate. Yeah, it won't do much. Just generate. Oh, sorry. It will just generate our passcode actually. So to generate our passcode, I was looking actually what's the best way to generate a passcode and the best way to do it. So alpha, we need an alpha. I will store it here. Alpha a chain alphanumeric. So if you type generate password PHP, for instance, oh, it's probably the one I went to. Yeah, so alphabetic. So it's something like this basically. And that's the alphabet actually. But first we have numbers as well. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Beautiful. And that constant will be private as well. Because now with PHP, PHP 8 private, which is it since PHP 7.1? You can do this. Oh yeah, PHP 7.1, which is really cool. So we can have this. And by the way, this function will return a string. So you see, when you are looking to this, basically this is what we'll do. It will be very simple. Normally I don't like to copy paste code, but let's make it better. Obviously, this is always a purpose. Public function. Apparently, I just have a small issue somewhere. I don't know where. Okay, now it's working well, more or less. So pass. So that will be our default. In my case, I will use the short syntax, because with PHP you have array PHP. You have two different syntax, and since PHP 5.4, you can use the shortened syntax, which is like JS. Do they mention it here? Short version syntax. That's only in the comments. Maybe it's somewhere else, but it's that's the traditional syntax with this array. But in my case, I like to use just like this. So yes, the short syntax. And now remember here we'll use our alpha length. Yes. We'll see how we'll do it. So we'll use our constant, but because we are in the class, we have to use self to mention, because the constant is declared inside of the class. So alpha numeric. There's something, there's an error actually with my, I still don't see where, but, oh, I forgot actually the semicolon here. Sometimes, you know, you have an error somewhere and you don't really see where. I think I still have the error somewhere. That's funny. But anyways, so here, what we can do here with for loop, we can use for loop PHP. Oh, that's not. In my case, I want to go to php.net. You can use an internet parameter like is it internet for it makes it quicker, faster, and it's not a lot of devs actually know it. Optimize using an intermediate variable. So we use like here in the second, you see you have a comma and not a semicolon, and then we do exactly like this. So here you do this, and it's exactly the same. And then you do the length is it's actually, oh, we said min and max. Oh no, the length, no, we don't need a min actually. We just doesn't really make sense because just a max, I would say, just a length. Because it won't be random, like we know like how many characters we want. So it will be length, and for this we obviously we have to call it like this. Perfect. And so here, oh, by the way, you have empty rand. I think it's more optimized. It's better to use empty rand. It's much quicker. Rand function is very old, and it's not, you shouldn't use rand anymore. Caution this function. I don't know if they mention it in the doc. I think they should. They probably do, hopefully. Rand, caution, do they mention about empty? Oh, here, on some platform, will allow larger, or consider using empty rand, but it's also much, I mean, rand hasn't been updated for a very long time, and it's like deprecated function. This. Oh, the same random number general as in to preserve background continuity. Rand allows min as override to function false. Okay, so good to know. So now we can maybe use rand, just that one. Yeah, the number generate lips or no data. And also the empty rand function is replacement for the old rand. Oh, so apparently it hasn't been really updated. They don't mention about newer versions. Remember. So let's see if it got updated or not. Use the same. Oh yeah. I think now you can use directly rand, but for us, maybe we still use empty rand. And here we'll use our array, which is here. I mean, wait, no, we have to use a pass as a code, actually, code array. And that will be, we'll just do this. Or you know what? We can even make it quicker, just like this. That will be actually even better. And then we return the code. Yeah, that's that basically. I'm not sure. Public function. there's something that I think is not working properly. Let's configure our server and let's see what's going on there. PHP server, that's just a name, nothing really fancy. The project, that's correct. Apply, and here we need that one, and here we'll use PHP 8. Apply. I think I will have to use another port actually, because there are some port issues. Let's see, but I believe the port will be, I have some yeah, some permission issue, as you can see. And actually if you look on the internet, apparently I'm not the only one to get that one. It's on my other Macs I don't have it, but on this new Mac I do have it, and I know it's a bit annoying. So you have different options you can do. Basically, is to change the port number to a different one. So for us, we'll just use this one. So we'll do it. We'll configure. We'll change it in the configuration file. Configuration file. Wow, I can say it. And now, oh yes, of course, because we are running anything actually. So we will now run it. I just want to know the syntax issue I do have. As you can see, have a small problem. And yeah, sometimes it doesn't show very well. Declare, I will leave a space here. Let's see. Let's create a test. That will be our first most important thing is to create a test. So for that, we'll create a test folder, and we'll call it tests. And here we will use the same architecture as there. So basically, I will just paste it here, everything. No, I don't want to add it. And so in test, now I have generator, and here I will rename it to generator test. And beautiful. And so here, actually, I will do this. Now, yeah, test. It's up to you the way how you call it. In my case, I will keep it test at this. When you check a lot of different projects, it's funny because that Symfony is the most common one. So sometimes I have a look there, although it's not, not the most modern application. Up there, I mean, they update it a lot, but they still have old packages. But for instance, they even have it uppercase here. So you see, now they use all the test folder as uppercase, and they use tests as well uppercase. Yeah, that's good too, actually, to have it as uppercase too. We can do that as well, but since SRC is lowercase, we leave it lowercase. It's really up to you. In my case, I will leave it like that. And passcode test, and here obviously we'll extend to our PHP unit library. So let's have a look to the latest version, because I haven't done any I haven't used PHP unit with a version 9, sorry. So let's have a look to create. We just need to do some assertion test, like really basic stuff. I mean, just see the length is the same or not, because it will be random anyway. So PHP unit length equals. That's always a good way to do it. But here you can see, yeah, it's the same, pretty much the same as before. So we import, you always have to import your class below the namespace, and the declare has always to go on the top actually. And you see here test failure. So do we have something to check to the length? I mean the number, like length, yes. PHP, let's see, length assertion, because I think in some libraries they do. I remember that, but apparently not here. No, it doesn't look like they do, but that's fine. We just use the normal assertion actually. So it will be very basic. You will see we can use our class final as well. That's a good habit, so it won't be changed. And test case, and so here we'll have just test passcode. The function won't return anything, so it's void. And here, so we have to call our function. So our function will have to import. We have to import it, and the name, as you know, is same as here, except you see you have to use the same namespace, and then you call the function, and Composer will automatically load that function for you, so you don't have to include it. Like include, like you don't have to do this. And here generate equals 8, and so if I do this, oh, actually, yes, you know what? I will make it as a static function. I think it's much better, because why to have a constructor, and why, yes, to me it sounds much better to have a static function. Sometimes when you test it, you see that actually your class is not done properly well, and that's a really good way. That's why actually TDD is really good, because it helps you to know much better the way you want your class to be designed. TDD is not just to make sure that your test is always done, and that the test is more important than the code, which it is. Otherwise, you have no idea if you break your code or not. But also TDD is nice because it helps you to design better your code. So when you generate here, so with the length, we just do this, and that will be actually a better idea. And we can actually have that class as final too, but maybe, who knows, maybe, yeah, it's sometimes, someone wants maybe to extend that class. It's always possible, so let's leave it as it is. So I generate that class, passcode generate, and here I have the length, and so this is what I have, and I expect to have so the result has to be also, the length has to be 8 as well. So what I will do, I will write here this, and here I will store actually passcode. That's my code. Oops, sorry. And here it will be we'll check the length, as you can see. Beautiful. So now let's try to do this and let's see how it works. I believe test passcode. Perfect. Nice. I just the spelling because actually I think yeah, even with my configuration now with PHP Storm, it doesn't even check the the typos. Let's run it. But oh yeah, we have to run. You know how to run PHP Storm PHP. Let's run it that way because we have vendor. Oh, vendor. The vendor folder should be somewhere. Oh yeah, it's here. It's funny that bin and PHP Storm. We need actually a config file as well. Yes, let's create one now. So PHP. Wow, I'm getting tired. I'm sorry. So PHP unit and test file. Let's see. Config file. Definitely a config file. So PHP is version 9. And on the version 9, a basic how do we know that it's for the oh yeah, that's the version. So a basic version, we just want we just have to explain where the test is, but nothing much actually, just to display where is the test. Yeah, so let's just and the name of the file, maybe now it changed or not. Name of that file, of course if we don't know the name of it, configuration, okay, PHP let's see, what do we have? No, that's doable. That's not really what we want. So it's a shame. Oh, can we configure directly? Let's see if we have something good here. Probably test. Oh yeah, we can add this as well. It's the auto load dev, and so it knows it's the same as the one for the class that Composer did automatically for you, but here it's specifically for your test. So PHP unit.xml, because sometimes it was .xml.dist, but apparently now let's just PHP unit.xml, and we will paste this in our folder. That's always good to have for the encoding. UTF. I prefer lowercase actually, it doesn't really matter. And here test, just directly in test. Sometimes you can have actually it's good habit to have it in unit because you can have integration test as well. So it's nice to see to have a folder called unit. It's I would say it's a better practice. So let's actually create a new folder here, unit, and so we will move this there because it's not unit test is not the only kind of test. And That's perfect. This is what we have. Beautiful. PHP test. You can just, you know, the name here, it doesn't really matter. Like, can be any names. And tests and unit, that's correct. And so in Composer, we will do mostly the same, but for the test. So it will be auto load, but for the test. And the name was here, so it's just dev. Oops, perfect. And you see you have the test namespace, and then you add, you know, for us it will be a little bit different because we have P7 as well. So namespace. So you see we have P7 generator test. Yeah, I will keep it as singular actually, and so it will be generator and then test. And here we have the test folder and then units. So that's it. Oh yeah, they didn't mention unit, but yeah, it depends how you configure your test. And then, oh yeah, they have a unit. Yeah, that's not a bad idea either. So we can just do this, and in our namespace we do test units like this. That's good too actually. Good one. And so we want to run our test. For us, PHP unit. I'm not sure. Oh, that's PHP Storm. So PHP unit. Obviously, something is not correct. Class passcode is not found because so actually it cannot find this class. PS7 generator. Sometimes it's about the name of your class that has to match. You see generator. So and passcode that looks okay, but somehow generator. That's a good idea. Let's see. So here I can see, here you see, actually it wasn't uppercase, and in my case, I will actually change this to uppercase, the namespace, here as well, uppercase, and here as well, because I don't want to use lowercase. I think it doesn't really match very well. So if I look here for every, so that's fine. So now what we have, or still that one actually. So now what we have to do is to reload the composer, reload composer, the composer file, because it doesn't know if you did some changes. So what was let's go to composer doc. Reload. Normally you have a command to reload to load again the file. Probably what's the command? Always when we forget about it, we cannot find the command. It was composer. It's a simple command. Let's have a look. So yes, it was actually dump autoload, and if you just run that one, normally it will load again our script. Let's do it. I mean, it will load again everything. So when we change something here, it knows, oh, not empty, must be with a namespace separator. What? That's funny, because I don't think, did I change something else? I think it's related to this. Let's remove that first. Yes, it was. So autoload dev, it has something that is not working very well. So that was a class of my class was looking, because a while ago I created a test, but it wasn't a PHP. It wasn't PHP unit 9. So where were we for adding the test? There was, I think it was here. No, that's Cypress. Anyways, I would just write dev composer to just have a look to here, and let's already try to run PHP unit to see how it goes. It found actually my class, so that's good. It was just because of the namespace, but let's go to the configuration here, and let's see auto load. Oh, dev, it's such a prefix, and then that's the same. Normally it should have the same rules. So PSR4, because here it doesn't work with PSR4 apparently. I don't know. At least that's the problem I got. Yes, that's user. The idea is that you are showing center namespace. Search. We have added. Oh yes. But no, normally it should be exactly the same. And yeah, same config. I don't know why it's not showing, but yeah, that's the same. And here, generator test. But let's have a look later on why this one is not working. Anyway, now we know that we have, unfortunately, on file on the line 11 here. That's why the indentation is not right, because our issue and it will be a string, so that's fine. Semicolon, private const. Sometimes to debug you think, what's going wrong, and that is because I forgot function. So now it should be fine. That was a keyword actually that was missing. And here it's just, oh yeah, the alphabet variable is not undefined, because actually we don't use any alphabet variable. We store it here in alpha numeric, as you can see, and now it works. So apparently if I change to 7, it will fail, and it doesn't fail. Wow. Oh yeah, no, that's normal, because it will be 7 for everything. But here, if I want just to generate 7 character, it will fail. Yes, it does. Nice. That's awesome. I will see I will see what other tests we might be able, or actually I will use assert same, because same is like this, it does this, it does strict comparison compared to assert equal. It does just the normal comparison, but it doesn't check for the types. It doesn't do the strict type comparison. So it's always better to use same, assert same instead. So can we check? I will actually add another test passcode is string, and so here it will be very easy actually. That test will just be assert true, and what we'll do is string. If you don't know that function, this is a function of PHP to just check if the value is a string or not. And so we add a little bit more of coverage. Let's have a look. Nice length. Oh yes, because now we just use random. We won't use any numbers because, oh yes, we can no, we won't have it as default. Oh yeah, maybe let's have a 12 characters default. So here const, I will do a public const default length, and the default length will be 12, and public because people can reuse that one. We don't really care. They can use it as they wish. And here we can just now do this, and that should now be working actually. Yes, it does, and everything passed. You see, it's really fun to do some tests. Like, it's quite fun. Actually, here we can just yeah, no, I will leave it as it is. Length, and yes, and just let's make a space because it's more it's better, it's more consistent. Next time actually I will configure my PHP Storm, because there are a lot of things that don't work very well. I will also add end space, end line. That's actually a nice convention to have, is ensure an empty. When you save actually, it will always add end of line, extra line, and it's a nice convention. It means it's the end of the file. So yeah, that's it for now. So you see our test is working, and it's already working very well. So that's really good. Oh hey, by the way, do you remember about this issue we got just previously about autoload and dev, and somehow I completely forgot about this, and especially autoload was just above, but yes, when you add the namespace, you always have to end here with a double backslash. So normally now it should be working. If I again run my test, and yes, you see I don't have any error anymore. So when you get this, actually it's because you didn't end for the namespace. You have to end the namespace with a double backslash. That's it. Hello again. Hi. Hello again. I just did a small break, and now let's go back. I just pushed actually the repo to my GitHub account. And now we will finally release it on Composer packages. Sorry. So we'll make it as a Composer package, and we will publish it in packages.org. So that will be an exciting time. What I did, the changes I did since last time, I'll just make it just single window. The changes I did since last time is this one. Mostly I added git attributes, Why I did this? It's because when you publish your package on Packagist, it's nice to exclude some files people don't need. So when they install your package, they don't need to have your unit test. They don't need to have git ignore file or PHP unit config file, because actually the test folder won't be there as well because we ignore it. And if you have .github config file folder, you know, sometimes you have the .github folder, that one. You might have that one as well in your project sometimes, and so it's also a good idea to mention it here, so you can so it will ignore that file, and it won't be when someone will install your library, it will be the size of your library will be smaller. Also, when you download a repo, when you download a project on GitHub, it will also be nice because the size of the archive, the zip archive, will be smaller because GitHub will automatically remove the files you mentioned in Git attributes. So like the test files from the test folder, and any other files or folders you mentioned in Git attributes will be ignored as well in the zip archive that GitHub automatically generates for you. So that will be also very handy for you. Now we actually, when we publish a package to Packagist, by default, if you don't release a version, it will be master as a version. But if you create a version, then it will pick up the number of the version. We'll do it first without releasing anything, and you will see. So here, authorize. I just need apparently to confirm my password, and let's see, and let's have fun. So here I press on submit, because unlike npm.js, you don't have a command like composer publish. It doesn't exist. With npm, you have npm publish, but here with packages, you don't. You just paste the URL where you host your project. So here our Git project is hosted here. So we'll just, oh no, it has to end by .git. So if you do clone, you see here, you just copy that one, you paste it, that's this one, and that's the Git repository URL. You click on check, the package name found for you. Awesome, you click on submit. And beautiful. It will just give me a warning. Please make sure. Oh, it's funny because I updated that one. I mean, we used Composer v2, so it's funny we have that warning. I don't know, maybe it's just a bug. I'm not sure. You see here, however, for the version is dev master. So we will create a new version, and so we have 1.0.0. So let's create a release to have a better version than just dev master. So here we just create a new tag, and the tag will be v1. Yeah, just, you know, the basic version. And here we can just do passcode v1. I like always to use emoji, but this is just me. It's just, you know, it's really up to you if you like emojis or not. I don't know if you do. In my case, I really like it. So here we will just yeah, write. You don't even have to write something actually. In my case, I will just write stable version of passcode generator, and you know, it's really up to you what you want to do. Like, you can just write nothing. If you have, after for the later versions and you have a lot of changes, it's nice to write down the div and any breaking changes as well. But for us, it's not our case, so we have nothing actually to mention here. So now it should be published. You see, v1, amazing. Oh, we still have that warning. It's funny, but anyways. And here you see actually what I did a little change in the composer.json file, and I mentioned require that we because the minimum version of PHP is 7.1.0, because we used visibility access to the constant, public and private, and for that we need PHP 7.1. So that's why we it's a good idea to mention it in the composer.json file, so that way it will mention here in requires, and devs can know, oh, that's the minimum version directly on packages. So it's always a good habit to do that. And yes, that's it. So now if I do this, if I want to install my package, I will just do that one. I will just open a terminal and I will just write composer require. Oh, sorry, actually I don't have. I will go to I will create, actually, just for the test, I will create PHP Test Project, and let's go there, and I will just do I will just first initiate my my project. Oops, I need PS7 beautiful, and here I press enter. Yes, perfect. And here so I have my really little project which is like just nothing. Oh, actually composer also automatically create a src file, so you see you have a src file. I think it's not really good for you because my item terminal, oops, I think item just crashes. My item terminal, what is not good is that for you it's because you see a bit the transparent. So if I go to window, profile, window, and here I will, oh no, sorry, it's not here. Transparency, it's here. So we remove the transparency. By the way, you can also add a background image if you like it for your terminal. Sometimes it's quite funny, quite nice. So now it will be easier for you to see properly. So code, and remember our project is test PHP, sorry, that one. And you see, yeah, so composer automatically, when you do composer init, it creates a src folder with nothing actually, no, and also a vendor. Yeah, that's normal. It's where it will store everything and all packages. So for us, we'll just for the example, we just we have two different window. So I go here. So for us, we just go to I will first go to my terminal and I will install the package we just published on Composer, and you see it works very well. So yes, your package is live. If you did at the same time as me, it downloads everything, and now it's downloaded. So now we can actually technically just use it. If you wish, we can just let's just create a small project now by using it. So I will just open that folder we just created. So let's click on open code, and that's my new project. We just did it now. And here I will actually create a new file, a new PHP simple file, and it will be just test.php. Oh, we have already the extension. So test, and I will actually I have to include the composer file. So as I will actually close here. I have too many windows. I will go to the other one. Okay. So you have to require vendor. So you need the autoloader of composer, autoloader.php. That's important because otherwise on your index file you need that one, otherwise it doesn't know where to get the file. Require vendor composer autoload is exactly that one actually, and this one it's important because then we won't have to include any other file. So now we do use, and our namespace as the namespace of the package. If you look at our project we just published, which is that one where we mentioned in the doc. So let's go to the home page. You see, and that actually is a readme file. For your information, I generated that one with my package. I don't know if you followed that tutorial, but we did together in a previous video a readme generator, a readme markdown generator, this one, and I generated this readme file with that one actually. It's really cool. So now here, yes, you remember that was the namespace and that was the way to use it. So generator, password, we can even copy it. So we save time, and now let's go to to our PHP storm, and we include the passcode, and then we can just generate a password. So you and actually your new temporary password that's quite nice. So now let's execute that one. So I will actually start with PHP server, so it will be easier after, later on. Here, you can just, let's use this one, and now let's apply for it, and let's have interpreter to be PHP 8. We apply, beautiful, and now let's run it and let's see how it works. Oh, I think it's because it's test and it's not index.php. So easily you can actually change it. Root document. Actually, that's the root document. It's not the file, so I'm not sure this will work. Otherwise, you just have to yes, continue. Oh yeah, the root is invalid, so that's fine. It's just me because it's not an index. But what we will do is we'll just type test.php here, and oops, we just have a small issue with the require vendor require vendor. Okay, now it should be fine. Oops. Now let's see how it goes. Oops, we still have a little issue on the line 6. Oh, is the content when you actually this is because of the function, because when you want to concatenate oops, I will show you concatenate a string with PHP, you can't use actually a function. If you use a function, it won't work, so you need to store first the function into a variable. So concatenate PHP function, probably someone had the same issue. You can concatenate operator. Here it depends, because in my case it's a class, and I think that's the problem, because it's not just a function, it's actually a method of a class. So if I store it as passcode, or just passcode, let's do it, and now this should work this time. Let's just go where we were here, and oops, that's funny. Do I have to restart? Normally I don't. Oh, it's a dot. I'm so sorry. I'm confused. When you use a lot of different language, actually with Java, for instance, and with JavaScript, it's a plus, but with PHP, it's a dot, and that's why. That's the reason actually. So you can actually concatenate a function. I thought you couldn't, but yes, you can. And you see, now it works. So well done. Your library works very well, and the library we made together. And good luck for your next project then. See you. Bye bye.